Hi guys, it's Thomas here, and today I'm bringing you another Dwelling Book video. Today I'm playing against S30D4 Ever, who's at 590 rating, and I am at 258, and it's a Chimera-runick versus Tenpai Dragon match. Let's start with it. I win the die roll, so I choose to go first. The hands are, for me, a Egypt chain, a Diabelde, a Gazelle, a Baphomet, and a Patchwork. For him, a Droplet, a Nibiru, a Imperm, a Super Poly, and a Tenpai by Dora. So, two Entrap on the other side. Let's see. First, I'm going to activate Patchwork to search a Imp Chain and a Polymerization. Next, I'm going to activate polymerization to fuse into the Chimera. I'm going to activate Gazelle and Chain add Patchwork, Gazelle adds a Cornfield. Next, I'm going to activate Cornfield to add Mirror Sword Knight, and this is done to play around Imperm by putting Cornfield in the graveyard. Next, I'm summoning Knight, special summon Baphomet from deck, activate effect, to add a Gazelle and a Chimera fusion. Next, I'm going to activate Chimera fusion by using Diabeze and Baphomet, activating Baphomet to summon Diabeze and Baphomet fusion to send Tau. Tau summons Knight, declare fusion to add back, try to end the turn, get Nibiru'd. It's a 6900 attack Nibiru, 4900 defense. We go to end phase. I resolve Chimera and I hit Pydra. Right that moment, I didn't know that was so strong, but I'm going to see next turn that they have no engine. They draw Duster. In draw phase, I think I activate Chimera to summon Diabel, and I activate Baphomet to summon Beast to have my interaction ready. It goes to battle phase. I activate Chimera Fusion to summon a Guardian Chimera. I pop Nibiru. I summon Tau, and I add Cornfield. Then I draw a Nightmare Apprentice and the third Chimera Fusion. My opponent sets. Okay, on the second, I use Diabeze to pop it. Usually the first set is always a bait, so I try to hold it. I activate Tau to summon Knight. During the end phase, I activate Knight to summon Baphomet to add Chimera Fusion and Gazelle. I draw, go to main, activate Chimera Fusion, and my opponent concede. For the next game, my opponent makes me go first, and the hand are, for my opponent, Super Polymerization, Sangen Summoning, Nibiru, Proto-Prosperity, and Ash, 2 hand trap, like the last game, and for me is Agent Chain, Chimera Fusion, Big Wing, Freezing, Flashing. I start by activating Freezing, summoning Yugin, and discarding Chain. My opponent ashes me here. Okay, it's fine. Add Patchwork. Activate Patchwork. Add Imp Chain and Poly. Now I activate Polymerization to summon Magnus, because I'm trying to put this Big Wing on board without getting Veiled. And now I'm going to draw a card with Magnus, activate Flashing Fire, summon another Yugin, discard the other Flashing Fire to try to get into the runic engine, and now I'm summoning Baphomet by tributing. Now, if my opponent has a Veiler or Imperm, would go there, but I could use my Chimera Fusion in hand to protect Baphomet. Baphomet resolves, and I'm adding another Chimera Fusion and a Gazelle. I activate Chimera Fusion and I fuse with Magnus because I want to use that Baphomet later to summon from grave. I activate both Beast effect, add a Sword Knight, add back Chimera Fusion, activate a Chimera Fusion. Here my opponent thinks, and I thought he was thinking about the effect to add back from grave with a bell, but he was actually holding a Nibiru. And I think here, and I decided to chain the other Chimera Fusion to put on board a Baphomet and trigger the Baphomet in grave. So I can summon a knight that will tribute itself to summon a beast to add the third Chimera Fusion. And then I'm going to set Chimera Fusion, activate Fountain, and go to end phase. Now Chimera triggers, and I discard from my opponent's end a Pot of Prosperity. I think always during the draw phase, since my monster have effect in the graveyard, but since there's an Nibiru on board, I keep everything in grave. Main. My opponent activates the field spell, and I summon Magnus with Chimera from the graveyard. And now you could say he could go straight to battle to attack me, but actually can't, because if he does, he's using the battle phase, and if you activate the quick play spell, I can always activate the other Chimera to have an accessible monster negate, and I can chain to pop the field spell. He goes to battle and attacks Chimera. That seems strange until he activates Super Poly, that clears the board. But now I see that he doesn't have engine, because he needs a discard for a field spell, so he attacks. I summon the Banished Chimera with the Baphomet, because I don't need to take this damage. He goes to main 2, summon a Little Knight. But here, Illusion Knight saves my Runic Fountain by negating. The opponent passes. Remember, I don't have a battle phase this turn, but look at the Cornfield I drew. Main, activate Cornfield to discard him. And now I'm protected by Little Knight. I'm adding Sword Knight. I'm going to add the Chimera Fusion back. Then I normal summon Knight, activate effect Tribute to summon a Baphomet. I still have a beast in deck, I'm going to add that back. It tries to chain, I'm going to Cornfield to pop it. I add Gazelle, as I said. Then I'm going to activate Chimera Fusion to summon Baphomet. I'm activating Baphomet Fusion and Baphomet Main. I'm summoning back Knight, and I'm sending Diabeze. I'm going to battle, skipping battle, and going to end phase. He draws a Terraforming. I activate Knight in draw phase to summon a Cornfield. And then I activate the Chimera to summon Magnus back. My opponent activates Sangen, I pop it, and this is the end of the game.